What does it truly mean to serve? Is leadership about power or about responsibility? Welcome to Your Stewardship, a compelling program that shines the spotlight on individuals in positions of service and the impact they've made or are still making on the people they serve. From public officials to community leaders, from the health sector to education and beyond, we ask the tough questions. Have they been accountable? Have they delivered? Have they truly served? This is more than just a conversation. It is a moment of reflection, transparency, and truth. Join us as we explore real stories, real challenges, and real outcomes, because stewardship is not just a title, it's a duty. Your stewardship, service, accountability, and impact.
Hello and welcome to Your Stewardship, a program where leadership is placed under the microscope. I am Remy Allen. Today's guest is Senator Nicholas Bukola Tofowomo, who represented the people of Ondo South Senatorial District in Nigeria's 9th Senate from 2019 to 2023. Before his time in the National Assembly, he built a career in public administration and transportation, as well as served as a commissioner for transport in Ondo State. During his tenure at the Senate, he sponsored bills and motions, advocated for infrastructure and community development, and facilitated constituency projects across Ondo South. Yet, like every public servant, his stewardship has been assessed not only by his intentions, but by the measurable impact of his service and the verdict ultimately delivered by the electorate. Today, we engage Senator Tofowomo in an open, honest, and respectful conversation about leadership, accountability, achievements, its challenges, lessons learned, and the future. Senator Nicholas Tofowomo will be joining us live in the studio. Stay with us.
Service, leadership. Join us on this journey of discovery, real accountability. Leadership is about responsibility.
Every life is a stewardship.
Discover practical lessons on leadership and real accountability. Scrutinizing the impact on the people. Ensure that our people come first.
We are uncovering the stories of progress.
This is Your Stewardship.
Senator Nicholas Tofowomo, welcome to Your Stewardship.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here with you.
All right. So, Senator, before we talk politics, who is Nicholas Tofowomo without the portfolios?
Yes, I'm Nicholas Tofowomo. I was born in 1960. I attended Aquinas College, Akure, from 1972 to 1977. Then I followed my father to Port Harcourt. When he became a judge, I went to Rivers State School of Basic Studies. I did my levels there. Then I moved to University of Ife in 1980 to 83. I did my youth service in Lagos in 1983. Then 1984, I left for United Kingdom. I spent 26 years in the United Kingdom, and within that 26 years, I went to 3 universities. I went to University of Buckingham. I studied law there. I went to University of Bradford. I did PGD highway engineering there. Then I went to University of Suffolk, where I had masters in transport and development. And I'm a member of the Chartered Institute of Transport, also a member of the Institute of Transport Administration. I joined politics in the year 2000. That was when I became the Otumba Oejefon of Ile-Oluji and the Babalakin of Oderemo. Then I joined the Alliance for Democracy. In 2003, I became very ambitious. I showed interest in the Senate, but I was zoned out of the competition. In 2007, too, I was excited. I contested for House of Reps, but it didn't work out. Then, after spending 10 years in Alliance for Democracy, I decided to move to Labour Party. When I moved to Labour Party, even the governor then never believed that I could join Labour Party. I joined Labour Party. I showed interest in the House of Reps. They said, I've just joined, that I should go and take it easy. Then the following year, that was 2011, I became Commissioner for Transport. And it was very, very challenging. And I'm happy that I made my mark as Commissioner for Transport. Then later on, I went back to Ileoluji in 2017 after spending 6 years as a commissioner. Then I went into farming in Ileoluji. Then after some time, I showed interest again in politics. You know, when I moved to Labour Party, the governor moved us to PDP. So I left as a PDP member. Then in 2019, I showed interest to contest for the Senate. Nobody believed that I could become a senator because they wrote me up. They said I could so long this and that and so on. But I never gave up. And I contested in 2019 and I won. I won with over 28,000 votes. Even they were about to steal my votes when they took me to inconclusive, but God was very magnificent to help me, and I won. Then when I got to the Senate, I was very excited. I spent only 3 months in the Senate when I had accident. It was a very terrible one. But I never allowed that to deter me. And I did a lot of things as a senator. I worked very well.
We'll definitely get into all of that. But looking at your journey all along,
yes.
Did you always know that sometimes or one day you'll go into politics and also offering yourself for public service?
Yes, I did. My mind was very open because when I was in Aquinas College, I was the punctuality prefect of the college. I was very strict. I do things to time. Politics never crossed my mind. Then when I went to University of Ife, my community association was called Ileoluji Students Union. Something just came over me to say, look, they call us ISU. I said, let us bring everybody together and turn it to National Union of Ileoluji Students. And we started. And we introduced a program called Integration 82. That was in 1982. We came home from Ife to encourage students to play football, to do career talk, to do a lot of good things. I wasn't even thinking of politics then. But when I went abroad, and year 2000, Chief Adifarati came to London to meet us, and he encouraged, he said, look, there's no place like home. Come home, come and play politics. Then we said, let us start from London. Then we were able to put Alliance for Democracy Europe. We had to put it together. As at that time, I was even thinking of coming home to become the chairman of my local government and so on. But when I came home, I realized that I had an opportunity of becoming a senator. So it came into me from year 2000.
That point.
At that point. And I never gave up. My first 10 years in Alliance for Democracy, I benefited nothing. It was over the bar. But I did not allow it to deter me. But when I went to Labour Party to become a commissioner, and I read the barometer of the governor, he preferred me to be a commissioner than to be a senator. At that time, so I didn't say anything. I was a gentle boy. But at a point in time, when the coast was clear, I just gave it a shot, and God helped me to sail through. So it was just like that. I always say it's God's intervention. It was God that directed me, and I took that opportunity, and it became a reality.
All right. So you've served as a commissioner,
yes,
and also as a senator.
Yes.
Which of those roles challenged you the most, and why?
Yes. What happened is this. If I tell you, you will not believe it. It was the commissionership that was more challenging to me. Yes, let me explain it to you. You know, before I became a commissioner, it was a struggle. It was a struggle because the governor had his choice. Our leaders in the region had their choices everywhere. So it was a struggle. And at the end of the day, the governor made up his mind to appoint me as a commissioner. And when I got to Ministry of Transport, it was an empty ministry. They were not generating money. It was just, how will I put it now? It was just a cowboy ministry. I just said, no, let me take this challenge. Let me take this challenge. Then there were some boys putting on yellow over green. They were called the Sunshine Traffic Control. I called them. I said, "What are you people doing?" They said they were not doing anything. Then I went round. Then I just said, "Please open this room that has been locked for the past 1 week." When the room was opened, I saw a lot of clamping machines there. Things were there. I said, "Wow, this is a good one. Let us do something. Go and sew your uniform for me, and let us see how it goes." From there, we started moving. It was challenging. I took it up myself. Even the VIOs too. They were so timid. They don't know what to do. Then I asked them, I said, "What are you people doing?" I said, "How much are you people generating?" They said they were generating 300,000 naira for a whole month. I said, "No, go and sew your uniform and let me wear it. And let us start moving." Then I said, "Let us go to Ore and see what was happening there." When we got to the front of the local government, I said, "Let me arrange your vehicles so that vehicles coming from both sides will slow down. We can ask them of their particulars, of their papers, and so on." That day alone, we made 78,000, and we still had some vehicles parked that have not paid fine. And I said, "Look, I've not come here to take bribe, to steal money. I want to work."
Okay.
And I was very happy. By the time I was leaving the Senate, by the time I was leaving as a commissioner, the VIOs were generating about 6 million. So it was a good one. Even the Okada, I reorganized Okada in Ondo State. Formerly, they were called Akomoron. They were making money to themselves. As I said, "Look, we are the one providing road. We are the one providing accommodation. They are building on our land. They are enjoying us, and they are just taking the money to Akomoron." I said, "No, let us reorganize."
So, in a nutshell, Commissioner for Transport challenged you more than anything else.
Challenged me more. And why I even say this is that there were opposition from home that they should remove me, that I've spent 1 year. They want to try another person. They asked the governor to remove me 6 times. But the governor put his feet down to say, "Look, let us see to the end of this arrangement."
All right.
So because of that, I was always looking at my back every time that, "Are they removing me tomorrow? Are they removing me tomorrow?" So I was always on my toes. That is why I say it's more challenging than a senator. A senator is 4 years. Either you perform or you don't perform. You spend the 4 years and go back home, and it's people that will assess you whether you have done well or not. At that time, our salary was very small, 250,000, but I was very, very contented and happy with it because the governor showed interest in what I was doing.
All right. So when the people of Ondo South voted for you, what do you think they expected most from you, more than anything else?
If I tell you what happened, what they were expecting is just go there and perform. They did not ask me for anything. They just said, "Go there and perform." Because my predecessor was not doing well, so they were fighting him wherever they see him on the street. They fight him. They said, "Look, you see that this man did not do well. You go there and prove your worth. I was not calibrated for anything. But when I got there, I met a senator who was one time ahead of me, Senator Pius Akinyelure. He invited me to his house. He said, "Look, you are a senator." He said, "You have 2 options. It's either you fail or you pass. If you want to pass, come and stay with me for a week." And I wanted to pass. I went to him. He said, "Empowerment is 200 million a year for you to empower your people. And it's up to you to decide what you want to put in place. But people will still come to you to teach you some tricks, how to embezzle that money." He said, "It's your choice. It's either you embezzle or you deliver." And he gave me a lot of ideas. And I built on it. And I went round. I said, "Look, what do we need here? What do we need here? What do we need?" I realized that many people were short of water supply. And I knew government could not provide water supply. And I knew federal government could not provide water supply. When I was very young, we used to live at Hospital Road, Akure. Government provided water. They had tap water on the street. You will go there and tap and get your water and go home and so on. But by the time we were old, all those things have disappeared. So I made arrangement for boreholes. I put boreholes in all the 6 local governments. I have about 25 boreholes.
Okay, we'll still get to the things you did. During your tenure in the 9th Senate, you sponsored over a dozen landmark establishment bills.
Yeah, 15 bills.
Exactly. So
Yes.
probably it's part of the training you got from your predecessor, including the Bitumen Training Institute in Odiaye, the Maritime College, and Araromi Sea Front Port.
Yes.
Yet none of these have transformed into operational federal institutions today. What will you say is responsible for this?
Let me, number one.
And what were the major obstacles?
Yes, number one. You know, when I got to the Senate, 3 months into the Senate, I had accident. For 1 year, I could not do anything. I was just going to the Senate, sitting down like a moron. I could not talk because I had brain operation, and it was a very bad experience. But a friend of mine that was very close to me died in the Senate. So when they were doing the burial rites for him, they asked all the senators to express their feelings. We were about 78 senators that day. 77 spoke except me. I was forced to raise up my hand. The Senate president shed tears that I shouldn't say anything. My voice came up that day and I spoke. From that day, I knew it was just 2 years to go. From that day, every 2 months I was putting a bill. Because when they gave the statistics of the bills of the senators, they gave me 0. Because that time it was 0. Then I said, no, I cannot score 0 here. I woke up. So every 2 months I was putting a bill. So my bills ran for just 2 years. So that was why none of it got to the presidency. But one of it that really impressed me is the seaport. The seaport got to public inquiries. And at the public inquiries, I did very well because I made them to realize that, look, Ondo South has a stretch of 184 kilometers and there's no single seaport. I said, in South Africa, they have 96 seaports and Nigeria had only 6. I said, it's a disgrace. I said, along our seashore, we need about 6 seaports. 6. Let us start with 1. Then, because I was not a member of their party, they played some tricks. They said, it's a good project, but work with Ogun State. I said, what is the length of seaport in Ogun State? It's not even up to 10 kilometers. Why don't you put it in Araromi? In Araromi, we can even make it an agricultural seaport where Osun, Ekiti, Edo, Ondo State, we can be using it to export our agricultural products. If we use it as a seaport, it will give up everybody opportunities to go into agriculture and we can make money. So that got to that stage. But now, that is why I want to go back. Going back, I will be able to go through all the bills. Yes, and I've already done 1st stage, 2nd stage. I've done about 4 3rd stage. Now, all these things are there. For instance, I have a bill to put School of Basic Studies in Ileoluji. That is the easiest bill because number one, we are not going to build a new structure. The structure is there. The money is there. It's just to put the institution there. We have Federal Polytechnic in Ileoluji. Federal Polytechnic in Ileoluji, they can accommodate School of Basic Studies. School of Basic Studies is to encourage people that have failed their school start, that doesn't have mathematics or English. They can come there and spend a year. From there, they can become a pre-degree student. From there, they can take their JAM and move on. Okay. So that bill is a simple bill.
Has it been proposed before?
Yes, it has been.
It's been there.
It's been there. Yes, I proposed it before. It's one of my 15 bills.
Okay.
So that when I go there, I will polish it well, and within 3 months, it will have an accent from the president. Yes.
All right. So looking back, do you think the legislative approach focused more on proposing new agencies rather than lobbying the executive to fund existing ones? Like we know, government is continuum. Recently, Senator Adams Oshomole accused David Umai of that's the Minister for Transport. The old roads are not being done. They are left abandoned and they are doing new ones, saying that they should be. So what is their actual?
Yes, let me tell you something. About roads, I'm an expert in roads. We can't leave it to federal government alone. For instance, if government has put its plates right, local governments should have been functioning very well. Local governments should have their works department to repair roads. Local government, but no local government in Nigeria is repairing roads because they've not left up to their responsibility. State government should be repairing roads. When I was in government, we had Ondo State Road Maintenance Department. That when there are potholes here and there, they have to put it right. I had an experience. Dr. Mimiko used to come to Leludia like once a month. Whenever I know he's coming, I will run to Ministry Department of Road Maintenance. I say, Dr. Mimiko is coming to Leludia next week. There are about 10 potholes there. Go and seal it. They will run there and seal it. So for that 6 years, I maintained our roads. So road is not only for federal government. Road should be the responsibility of the local government, state, and federal. But you will discover that state will repair some federal government roads, and federal government will not pay. And at the end of the day, they will just abandon the roads. What I believe is this. If you look at the contractor working on this coastal road, there is a contractor from abroad. Bringing contractors from abroad has killed our local contractors. And it's very unfortunate. In those days, when I was in the primary school, we used to have what they call PWD, Public Works Department. Public Works Department built Akure Stadium. They didn't give it to an outsider. They constructed many roads in Akure here. That is the area we should look inward to, so that our local government should take responsibility of repairing roads. Our local governments should have plantations. If you go to Oda, you will see cocoa plantation there that Chief Obafemi put in place before he left. These are the things we should be putting in place. If they set up road maintenance in any local government, it will create jobs for about 20 or 30 people. If they create it in the state, it will create jobs for about 50 people. And federal government should reapproach his disbursement of funds. Federal government should be sending money from federal government straight to the local government, so that they can give local governments their responsibilities. But now, money will come from the federal to the state. State will do whatever they want to do. They will give change to the local government. It doesn't work.
So you believe so much in the local government autonomy?
Yes, because that is the root of the people.
Yes. So for years, large parts of Ondo South suffered severe electricity blackouts, which you mentioned earlier, stalling the local economy. As a sitting senator between 2019 and 2023, you held the constitutional oversight mandate for federal power infrastructure agencies. Yes. Why was the National Assembly unable to compel NAREC, that's NERC, or the Minister of Power to resolve the crisis? And where did the legislative oversight, where actually did it break down?
No, it didn't. Maybe you got it wrong. Because before I left the Senate, there was light in Okitipupa. Before I left, there was light in Odiaye. And it was a continuous process, because what happened was that my first assignment was that I went to Omotosho, where we have a power station, where we generate electricity. I asked him, I said, look, we are generating electricity in Okitipupa, and there's no electricity there. Why? They said they started making progress, that there is a substation in Erinje, that I should go and look at it. I went to Erinje, I looked at it. Heavy power station there. I said, what about the connection from Erinje to Omotosho? They said they've installed all the poles, but the cables have not been put on it. I said, let me have the telephone number of the contractor. The contractor told me that they gave them money, but the money is hanging in the central bank. Then I got in touch with the minister that, please help us to look into what is happening in central bank so that they can release their money. Fortunately, they released their money. I did not ask, they didn't give me a penny, and I'm happy they didn't give me, but they used the money to sort out the cables from Omotosho to Erinje. And about 6 months for me to leave the Senate, they started energizing.
So you're saying Erinje Power Project started while you were the senator?
It started,
well, after?
It started before I became a senator,
okay.
But I completed it.
You completed it as a senator?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. When you were Commissioner for Transport, initiatives like the free shuttle bus, which you spoke glowly about, and restructured VIO frameworks, which is also talked about, were flagship programs.
Yes.
Today, many of those transport models have either stalled or been scaled back, across the state. Was the blueprint you built inherently dependent on state subsidies, or did the subsequent administrations simply fail to maintain a workable model?
Let me first of all congratulate the present governor. I'm happy he's brought it back. It's making sense. The problem came from the former governor. May he so rest in peace.
Amen.
He's a late person. I shouldn't be talking about him. But I will talk about his administration. You know, I was with a good permanent secretary. Dari Aragbaye was my permanent secretary. As soon as our government left, Dari Aragbaye never wanted this scheme to die. He arranged the incoming advisor to have an interface with me, and he came to me about 2 or 3 times and said, "Look, let us do it like this. Let us do it like this." I said, "My opinion is this: these buses have spent 6 years. Let us sell all the buses because they are old."
Okay.
Because we refurbished the seats about 2 or 3 times. I said, let us sell all these buses. Then, in as much as it's an APC government and Lagos State is APC, I said, let approach Lagos State. They have facilities of buses. Approach Lagos State to give us 100 buses, brand new ones, brand new 100 buses. Then whatever we've sold from these buses, we give it to Lagos State, and the remaining within a year, we offset the loan, and we start using brand new buses. I said, but we are spending 4 years or 8 years. Your first 4 years will be with new buses. If you are coming back for second time, you will use those buses for another 4 years. So our buses should not elongate more than 8 years. After 8 years, it becomes Koromode. Yes, but if you see what is happening now, they've spread it.
Yes,
done this,
we'll give it to the present administration.
Yeah, so this present administration, they didn't want it to die. They lifted it, and I'm very grateful that they've done it.
Yes,
but it's not too late. They can still improve on it. After a year, let them sell them off. They are very old, so that the children can enjoy it. For instance,
for longer time.
In Lagos, when you enter buses, they have air conditioning in these buses. We can take it. We can borrow from them and use them here. And there are some places that we did not reach to. We did not reach to Akoko South. I think Akoko South West or Southeast. That is Akoko area.
Yes,
because of the terrain. Because of the terrain, there are ways we can work around it and improve on what we did. Then I propose sea shuttle, water shuttle.
Yes.
So that people in Ilaje and Eseodo can also have boats and go to school. But that one was not executed. The governor is from there. I'm ready to assist. And forget about party, because I'm a committed Ondo State person.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
If I have a bill on fishing. If you look at my bills there on fishing, Ilaje owns fish, but unfortunately, they've not tapped into proper fishing in Ilaje, and it pains me. I see myself as an Ilaje person because I'm a fish farmer. For instance, by now we should have about 2 or 3 trawlers in Ilaje, and trawlers are very powerful. They can go to 50 miles and bring fish. And let us have a fish factory in Ilaje, so that people will be coming from different parts of the state to buy our fish. We can export, we can smoke, we can do everything, and it will create employment. And I believe it's not too late.
Okay.
Yes.
Many constituents feel that once a leader leaves office, their grassroots outreach drops drastically. How have you maintained stewardship to Ondo South outside of elected public office?
I will tell you something that will surprise you. My father was a great father. May he so rest in peace. And I have a nice mother. My mother stood by me. As soon as I left Abuja, I sold my house there. And I moved down to Ile-Oluji. I'm an Ile-Oluji person. I came from Ile-Oluji this morning. For the past 3 years, I've been in Ile-Oluji. And I go around, I meet my people. There are some of these boreholes that I installed that are broken down. I repair them with my money to see that all these things are still functioning. So I'm an integral part of Ondo South. Yesterday I was in Araromi. I went to say hello to the Ajobu. So I still move around. I pick my calls, and so I'm an Ondo State South person. So I've not left them. I've not abandoned them. So
okay.
I'm there.
Okay. There were projects and interventions across the district. Which one gives you the greatest sense of fulfillment because you know they need it genuinely?
Yes, let me tell you one thing. I gave out laptops, 1,000. But nobody, when you give out laptops, you go and keep it in your house. Nobody will see it. Good. 1,000 laptops, and I have all the details. The one that really thrilled me is Okada motorcycles. I gave out 652 motorcycles to people, and they wrote my name on it, presented by Senator Nicholas Tofowomo. Up to today, majority of them don't rub it off. They show it to me that Senator Tofowomo, the senator gave it to me, and so I'm happy. I went to a meeting in Nukitibuka. 18 motorcycles in my name were there. They said, "Okay, look at these are your achievements." So I'm happy. Okay. And in life, whatever you do will be part of your life. That it will become history. Some history is bad and some is good. But I believe that these motorcycles helped farmers to go to work.
To their farms.
To their farms, yes. Some of them use it for Okada. I had one experience. That was what really touched me most as a senator. I was in Ileoriji. He came. They said a man was looking for me. The man came with his motorcycle and he had 10 yam tubers. He said, "Oga, I come to thank you. You gave me this Okada about 3 years ago. And the day I got this Okada was the day I started doing Okada in Eseodo." He said he brought all this yam for me. I said, because I was a bit scared. I said, "I don't eat yam tubers." He said, "Okay, do you want me to throw it away?" I said, "Okay, bring it. I have people, I have security." I said, "Look, for you, for my tenants, for everybody." So it remained only one. I said, "Let me just take this one and go." I was happy that out of the 652 motorcycles, one person came back to say, "Oga Eshe." And I knew God appreciates it. So I'm happy that people are still saying it right and center, that I've done something.
So I liken that to the 10 middays in the Bible. You're tuned to Your Stewarship on Orange 94.5 FM and OSRC television, depending on which of our channels you are following us from. Thank you so much for being a part of the program. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, the conversation continues. Please stay with us.
Service, leadership, join us on this journey of discovery, real accountability. Leadership is about responsibility.
Every life is a stewardship.
Discover practical lessons on leadership and real accountability. Scrutinizing the impact on the people. Ensure that our people come first.
We are uncovering the stories of progress.
This is Your Stewardship.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, this is Your Stewardship on Orange 94.5 FM and OSRC television. You can listen to us live on Radio Garden. Follow us on our Facebook page, Orange 94.5 FM, Instagram, Orange 94.5 FM, Akure, and on X at Orange 945 FM. On YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel at Orange 94.5 FM. You can also watch us on our sister channel, OSRC TV, on Facebook. Subscribe to our channel, OSRC TV Ondo, on YouTube, on Moples 720, Free TV 760, and on Star Times channel 113. And yes, Senator Nicholas Olubukola Tofowomo is still very much with us live in the studio. Okay, every leader has moments, Senator, and that moment keeps them at night, awake. You know, they ruminate, they think. Do you have any during your time, such moment that keeps you awake at night?
You know, when I was in the Senate, I was very friendly with everybody. But when I had accident, the Senate president came to my hospital with 22 senators. He looked into my eyes and he started crying. Then I held his hand. I said, I'm not going to die, sir. I said, I'm not going to die. I said, I will be back. I always remember that day. That day. Then I had an experience. I was in ICU. 5 of us were there. 5 of us were talking in the night. When we woke up in the morning, I was the only one alive. 4 of them died. So at times I think that, God, thank you for keeping me. My mother called me around 2 o'clock in the afternoon because my brain was not working then. I said, Mommy, I can't lay. My mother started crying because I had a brain operation. So all those things, when I think of them, it touches me and it makes me to give glory to God. That is God, God, God. And that is it.
All right, so was there ever a decision you made that was unpopular, and despite it being unpopular at that time, you still believe that was the right thing?
Yes, one. You know, when I got to the Senate, I was excited. I employed 92 officers working with the 92. I was giving them minimum salary of 50,000. Some people were taking 100,000, 200,000, 250,000. And the whole paper in Nigeria flew it everywhere that the senator employed 92 people and so on and so forth. At the end of the day, some senators said, Senator, this is a very stupid decision. You shouldn't have done it because it doesn't make sense. Then I did it for 10 months. After 10 months, I stopped it. Even for stopping it, some people that have taken my money for 10 months, they made me their enemy up till today.
Public office often come with criticism. Was there any criticism that genuinely made you to stop and reflect, apart from the one you just mentioned?
Yes. For instance, you know, when I was commissioner for transport, they were calling me Aun. Yes, because I was not giving out money and I was not stealing. My salary was 250,000. I had 2 PAs, 20,000. I have 210,000. At the end of the day, there was no source of income anywhere. And they expect you, commissioner money, commissioner, they expect you to go to parties, to take care of guys and so on. I always say, look, this is what I am. They said, but you are clamping vehicles every day, you are towing vehicles every day, you should be dividing the money into 2 and start choosing. I said, no, I can't do that. A member of the House of Assembly invited me. He summoned me. He said, Commissioner, I'm not happy with you. He said it in the Dakwe. When he said that, I said, no, it's not like that. He said, but you are making money every day. You are making about 1 million on Okada every day. You are clamping, you are doing this and so on. He said, please, can we see the account of all these things? I started laughing. I said, my MHA, if I tell you, you won't believe it. All this money goes to BIR. All. When we give you money to go and pay, when you pay, it goes to the account of BIR. Ministry of Transport never had a private account. He said, is that serious? Then he picked up the phone. He knew someone in BIR. He called the person. He said, please, can you help us to check? Ministry of Transport, do they have their account or they pay to you? He said, Ministry of Transport is #1 in the whole state. They make revenue to BIR every day. That was how he let me to go. He said, but in Akure said, I said, don't worry. Life goes on. Yeah. And till today, when I think about it, I just say, God, I give you the glory. When I had an accident, Dr. Mimiko came to my bed. He looked into my face, said, he said it in his language. He said it in his language. He said, God will bless you. Whenever I think of that, I feel happy that for a governor to come to me, to come and sympathize with me, I give God the glory. Some people were in office, they didn't come. They don't care whether I die or I don't die, but he did his own, and it's on record, and I'm mentioning it now.
Now, distinguished Senator, Ondo State has the second largest bitumen deposit in the world. Yet, commercial exploitation remains a recurring political promise. Is the obstacle legislative? Is it environmental? Or is it just pure political apathy?
Yes, do you know what happened? When I sponsored my bill about bitumen in Odiaye, I went to Odiaye. It's not that I was not doing it by my room. I went to Odiaye. There are some places you see asphalt coming out, bitumen. You see bitumen coming out live. I said, wow, this is this. Then I took some bitumen to Abuja to show it to them like that. This is it. Then I went into a proper research. Many head of states had affection for that bitumen, but they were scared because of the exploration. Our bitumen has some quantity of sand, but because they are lazy. If I go back to the Senate, as soon as I sponsor my second bill, I will go to Venezuela. I will travel to Venezuela and see how they are exploring their bitumen, because Venezuela bitumen is the largest in the whole world. I will ask them, I will take some samples from Odiaye of our bitumen to Venezuela to let them look at it. What can we do? Because underground, we have 120 miles underground of bitumen everywhere. For instance, there is bitumen in Odigbo, there is bitumen in Okitipupa, there is bitumen in Irele, there is bitumen in Eseodo, there is bitumen too in Ilaje. It's under, and it's very visible. So I will take some sample to Venezuela to say, look, this is our sample. What can you do for us? Put it into the lab and see how do we exploit. This is what some presidents should have done, but maybe because they can't be bothered. Goodluck Jonathan came there, he looked at it, his programmer, and he left. But if we have partnership with Venezuela, I believe they will be able to bail us out.
So it's the issue of the sand that it has.
Yes.
All right, so National Assembly expenditure remains a major point of debate among Nigerians. Having served in the Senate, do you agree that the cost of governance in the legislature should be significantly slashed? Or better still, should we have any business running a bicameral legislature?
You know, let us be sincere. Let us be sincere. It depends on how you look at it. It depends on how you look at it. When I got to the Senate, I was getting 14 million. The 14 million was not salary. No. That is where people get it wrong. There are a lot of commitments. Oversight functions, a lot of things in your constituency. You must have a constituency office. You must have this. You will do it. You will use it for this. They explained all what you have to use it for. Our salary that time was 750,000 out of the 14 million. But because all the money was coming to your account, they believe everything was your salary. No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
So how many of these senators actually use this 40 million for what has been ruled out?
I cannot give you statistics because I have no opportunity of monitoring anybody.
Them.
But I know of that of Nicholas Tofowomo. Mine, I know that I did not abuse the money.
Probably that's why there were people raised eyebrow when you employed 92 people.
Yes. I did not abuse my money. I did not. I built a personal police station with that money. If you get to Okitipupa police station, you see a police station built by Senator Nicholas Tofowomo. My name is there. Do you know the funny thing? Even Nigeria police did not even say thank you. They said, Chebo Jobani. That is their thinking. And I confronted the commission. I said, look, go and look at the budget, Nigerian budget of 2021, 22, 23, 24. Whether you will ever see a police station there. I said, but anyway, there will still be another opportunity. There will still be another opportunity. When I come, you will see, I will do something for something else, and you will see. And I'm sure those people will say a big thank you.
Thank you.
So, look, if you go to a region, there are town hall there. I reconstructed it. It's there. So when they give you money, Some people, for instance, some people have 15 vehicles. Some of the senators have 15 vehicles. Some senators, when you get to their house, they have about 4 gates that leads to them. I only have 1 gate in my house. My vehicle, I have 2. So at the end of the day, I know I cannot take 4 cars at the same time. Even in my house, as a senator, I did not build a single house. My house was built 26 years ago in my house, and I sleep there. And it's a big house, but I sleep in 1 room there, and even on the bed there, I sleep on the quarter of the bed. So why should I abuse money?
Okay, so
because money is for spending. Spend it and look after people.
Okay.
That is my position.
All right. Looking at the 10th assembly that many Nigerians seem to be disgruntled about, alleging that they are merely an extension of the executive. What's your view of this allegation and their representation of the people who elected them?
I can't condemn them. Why I can't condemn them is that there are some responsibilities they live up to. They still approve the budget. They approve the budget. The point is that the problem they have in the 10th assembly is leadership. That is the problem. Okay. I can say it anywhere in the world. For instance, they moved the motion. They said if you support the motion, say yeah. If you don't support it, say no. Everybody say yeah. And he said no, have it. And the whole world is watching it. It's a disgrace. That is why people are saying they are already in the pocket of the president. So I hold the Senate president responsible. That is the position. When Bimbo Saraki was the Senate president, he distinguished himself. He did not allow the president to pocket him. He did not. He did not. It's because the Senate president has been pocketed, and he allowed himself to be put inside. They call it ago. Okay. He's already in the ago, okay. And that is his problem. It's so sad.
Okay, so let me ask you this, distinguished senator. One day, every public office holder leaves office, but their stewardship remains in the judgment of the people and in history. If the people of Ondo South were asked today to score your stewardship from 2019 to 2023 when you were in the Senate, what score do you think you deserve, and why should they agree with your assessment? You
know that question should not be asked, but I will answer. Number one,
because of what happened.
Number one, I have tried my best. If they give me 50%, I'm okay. It doesn't matter. Because when I was in the university, when I scored 50%, they give me a B. So if those are should give me a B.
50% is C.
You say what?
50 is C.
It's good. Even if it's C, C is still better than E and F. If I say I scored myself 100%, then I'm stupid. But I have to be moderate. Half of it, 50. Even if it's C plus or whatever C it is, I'm contented with that. But I know what people are saying. I had a radio program in Okitipupa. 12 people made a phone call. All the 12 of them prayed for me. About 7 women. All those women, I gave them freezers for them to use to sell their products, their beer, their drinks, and so on. They called and they thanked. For instance, in Okitipupa, there are more than 10 places that I put street lights. The street lights are there.
Thank you, Senator.
So it's for them to judge whether I've done well or not. But from my own angle, I score myself 50%, which is okay, which is not a failure.
Yes. Senator Nicholas Olubukola Tofowomo, thank you for joining us on your stewardship and for engaging in this conversation with openness and candor. Today's conversation reminds us that democracy flourishes when leaders are ready to be held accountable and when citizens remain actively engaged in assessing the impact of those entrusted with public office. I am Remy Allen. Join us next time for another insightful edition of Your Stewardship. Until then, it's bye from me.